Hi guys, welcome to your notes for solving inequalities. Before we start solving the inequalities, let's go ahead and review the symbols that we use for them. Know that this is the less than, greater than, equal to, less than or equal to, and greater than equal to. If you're having trouble remembering which way the mouth opens, look at it as like an alligator mouth and it wants to eat the bigger number. So the bigger number is going to be on this side if it's facing this way. And if the bigger number is on this side, the alligator mouth is going to eat the bigger number. So let's go ahead and look at that first example. You have A is less than B. An easy way to kind of go about this is to plug in numbers for A and B. So I'm going to choose any two random numbers. I'm going to say that 2 is less than 8. So to figure out what symbol goes in between these two numbers, if I go back to the alligator mouth, it opens to the bigger number. Boom. So if I change the 2 and the 8 to symbols, the word symbols, I can do A is less than B. Good. If I go to the next example, A is at least B. I'm going to go ahead and work with, let's say, money value. If you're trying to buy a shirt, let's say that's $20, you need at least $20 to buy the shirt. Okay, so at least 20. That means if you have $20, you could still buy the shirt. But if you had more than $20, you could still buy the shirt because it's at least $20. So let's say you had $25, you could still buy the shirt. And because the mouth opens towards the bigger number, that's the symbol you will use. So A is greater than or equal to B. Our next example, A is greater than B. Let's go ahead and input any two random numbers. I'm going to go ahead and choose 12 and 7. And because 12 is greater than 7, so the mouth opens towards the bigger number. 12 is greater than 7 becomes A is greater than B. Our next example, A is more than B. So let's use two other numbers. We can do 5 is more than 2, right? And faces the bigger number. Change that to symbols. A is greater than B. Let's take a note that both of these have the same exact symbols. That just means that you could have different words for the same meaning. So greater than is the same as more than, and it's always going to be shown by this. Let's go to the next one. A is no more than B. So if we look at, let's say, the less than sign, the greater than sign, and the equal than sign, right? So if this is the more than, right, it's no more than, so we're not going to use that. But if it's no more than, it could still be equal to, because it's not saying that it can't be equal to, it just can't be more than. So you would use these two symbols to make the A is less than or equal to B. And lastly, we have A is at most B. Let's go ahead and look at speed limit for this one. If on the freeway you can drive at most 65 miles per hour, that means even if you drove 65 miles per hour, you still can. But you can also drive less than 65 miles per hour, let's say 60, and it will be open towards the bigger number. So if you would change that to symbols, A would be less than or equal to B. And we see here again that these two are exactly the same. So that means no more than means the same thing as at most.